G'day, how's it going? So we'll be going through a full guide on lockpicking. An easy way that I found to pick locks, the fastest way to level up and max out your lockpicking, a quest that will give you an unbreakable lockpicks, and the fors and against for actually leveling up your lockpicking. Firstly, I'll leave chapters down below so you can jump to whatever you want. I've been seeing a lot of videos saying don't do this, don't do that, don't level up your lockpicking to max because it'll affect the game. At the end of the day, the way I play Oblivion and the way Oblivion is meant to be played in all games like this is you want to play it however you want to play it. So if you want to max out your lockpicking, max out your lockpicking. This game's meant to be fun and you're meant to enjoy it and do whatever the hell that you want to do when you're playing this game. So just do whatever you want. There are fors and against for leveling up your lockpicking. Lockpicking is a one skill that you can level up super fast. The only negative to leveling up lockpicking to max from the start is this will essentially level you up, and as you level up you will start versing harder and harder creatures and they will have more health, and essentially the entire game scales with you. And because you're leveling off something like lockpicking, your combat skills don't level up. But if you want to level up your lockpicking and make it easier to get into locks, who cares? If you want to help boost up your level so you can get to a certain level to start getting Daedric armor or get the skeleton key, all the power to you. With that out of the way, we'll go through the easiest way to level up your lockpicking. So the easiest way to level up your lockpicking and get it all the way to max is once you open up a lock and you're sitting on the lock screen, you scroll over to one of the tumblers that started off already up. You can also do this by just locking one tumbler. So if you're on a very hard lock, you just lock one tumbler, the very first one, and you put it up. But the easiest way is just to find a hard or lower lockpick, go to the tumbler that's already locked up at the very end, and all you need to do is spam spacebar, X, A, whatever your controller is, and spam the button to get it to lock in place. And essentially once you're sitting there spamming that will level up your lockpicking super fast, and you can max out your lockpicking essentially in about 10 minutes or so. Right, moving on to the best way that I found to unlock lockpicks. There's a lot of different ways and everyone has their own way of doing it. The best way that I've found to unlock lockpicks is essentially I just push the tumbler up and try and figure out which the speed of the fastest drop is. So once I see the tumbler go down super quick, I push it up and I know that the next one, generally 9 times out of 10, will be a lot slower. So I just keep hitting the tumbler up until I notice which one's the fastest. Once I see a fast one, after that one, I hit the up button, and that's generally when I press X, and this has worked for me, but there's a million ways to skin this cat. Another way that a lot of people have said works well for them, you get the lock so when it goes up the slowest and then you don't let it touch the bottom, essentially this will stop it from changing its speed. And then on the up, when it's right at the top, just before it hits, you press that X button, A button, or space button to lock it in place, and people think this way works best. But the biggest thing I've found is you just need to practice and work on it, and you'll find your own way that works best for you. If this video is helping you out, make sure you hit that like button. It'll really help me out. Now, as for the mission to get the master key or the unbreakable lockpick, you can start this on level 10. So once you reach level 10, you can start this mission. But I recommend right before you actually start this mission, I'd level up your lockpicking all the way to 100, as once you complete this mission, it will automatically level up your lockpicking by a massive amount, and the amount that once you complete this quest doesn't actually count towards leveling. I'm pretty sure, let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure it automatically upgrading your security level all the way almost to max, or adding an extra 40 onto it, whatever it is, doesn't count towards your level. So I'd recommend before you actually do this quest that you level up your lockpicking all the way 100, so you do take advantage of them extra points towards leveling up. Now, as for actually completing the quest, once you hit level 10, you want to head all the way down to Leowin, down the bottom right hand corner of the map. You want to fast travel to the northeast gate, and you just want to jump on that road that heads up and around to the right and up towards the northern coast. Once you hit that road, you'll be essentially traveling halfway up until you find the Nocturnal Shrine, and this is where you begin the quest. So all you need to do is follow that road, you'll hit the Nocturnal Shrine, and you go and talk to the statue. This will then start the quest line called Nocturnal, where you then have to retrieve the Eye of Nocturnal. Right, once you have the quest, you want to head back down to Leowin. I'd teleport straight to the western gate. From here, you just want to head in and find a guard. Once you've found a guard, there should be one that has a speech option for Nocturne, and they'll be able to tell you about Webinar and Bijan. Once you've got that, you can just head straight into the house. You can also head straight to the house if you don't worry about finding a guard. guard. From there, you can talk to Webinar and Bejan and ask them about the Eye of Nocturne. From there, all you need to do is leave the house, get into a sneak position and head back into the house. You'll overhear Bejan and Webinar then talking about how they've hidden the Eye of Nocturne in Tidewater Cave.
Trolls don't swim. The eye is perfectly safe in Tidewater Cave.
All you then have to do is head down to Tidewater Cave, which is just south of Leyawiin. Once you arrive at Tidewater Cave, all you then need to do is, if you go onto your map and you hold R2 all the way in, or whatever the zoom in button is for you, all you need to do is take a left. So the first left, you'll come all the way to the NT intersection, then you take another left and find the Eye of Nocturne located down in this area here. You'll just have to swim underwater and you'll find it right there. From there, all you need to do is head back to the Shrine of Nocturne. You'll talk to the shrine and this will complete the quest, granting you the skeleton key, which is essentially an unbreakable lockpick. All you then, whenever you're doing a lockpick from then on out, is you just need to press the square button or whatever button it is for you and auto attempt this. This also gives you a massive boost to your lockpicking, as I talked about earlier in the video. All you need to do is spam that auto complete lock button and it'll unlock everything super easy, super quick, and you don't have to ever worry about buying lockpicks, breaking lockpicks, or if you're running out of lockpicks ever again. And that's it. Cheers for watching. I appreciate it. If this video helped you out, make sure you hit that sub button. I'll be putting out a lot more Oblivion guides. Catch us in the next one. Peace.